What is going on, everyone? Jim here from RC After Dark, doing a little unboxing video for you all today. Little being the key word here. This is a Horizon Hobbies Axial Scx24 Jeep Wrangler JLU CRC. So let's take a peek at the little Jeep here, everybody. Very nice looking vehicle. Can't wait to get her free and see what she's all about. Taking a look at our box here, trail proven off-road performance SCX24 Jeep Wrangler JLU CRC 1/24th scale electric four-wheel drive, officially licensed by Jeep. Here's our Axial insignia, equipped with LED lights, a 2-year limited warranty, and she is ready to run. And this was a Christmas gift to myself from my mother and my brother. Very much appreciated to both of them for picking this up for me. Very kind of you guys. Taking a look at our Jeeps here on the side, it is available in yellow and it is available in white. I kind of prefer the white one. The yellow one's sharp as well, but I definitely like that white one. Kind of looks like something a stormtrooper would be driving around. Very cool looking Jeep. So taking a look at both of our Jeeps here, once again, we have our white one checked off, a yellow one off to the side. We're ready to run. What is included in the box, everybody? Let's take a peek at that. We have a Axial AX4 2.4 gigahertz 2-channel radio system, a Axial AS1 steering servo, a Axial AE6 ESC receiver combo, and a USB charger. A Dynamite 88-turn brushed electric motor, a Dynamite 350 milliamp 2S LiPo 7.4 volts, and 4 AA batteries for the transmitter. Required to complete, nothing. Everything is included in the box. She is made in China, passed all our electrical stuff there, and it has products known to the state of California to cause cancer or birth defects, so no surprise there. Spinning the box around, everybody, taking a look at the back of it. Sorry about the glare of our flash and whatnot, everybody, with the fleeting light here. Jeep Wrangler JLU CRC, taking a look at our differentials here, everybody. Not really a differential, just a worm gear drive system here. The front and rear differentials each house a worm screw and worm gear setup to get the power to the axles and create higher ground clearance. And it does a very great job at getting power to the axles and creating higher ground clearance. One thing you need to keep in mind, everybody, for yourself and or for small children and things of that nature, if you were to pick up one of these vehicles for them, no free rolling. Don't attempt to free roll the vehicle in any way, shape, or form. No trying to push the vehicle. The axles are not meant to roll, or the differentials are not meant to roll that way. They're meant to be spun by the drive shaft. So if we take a look at our worm gear drive here, our differential, our axle shafts are connected to this gear right here. So if you try to roll the axles or roll the tires, you're basically trying to spin this gear through the worm gear, because there's no way it's going to spin that worm gear. So you're going to end up breaking teeth off of this differential gear here, so, or the ring gear here. So definitely don't want to try to free roll this. Like, once again, it's only meant to be spun by the drive shaft itself, spinning the worm gear there. So no free rolling. Taking a look at our chassis, everybody, just like the 1/10 scale SCX10 platform, the SCX24 chassis features rugged and sturdy C-channel frame rails with bracing to keep everything intact and aligned. So there's a quick peek at our steel C-channel chassis. Looking over here at our suspension, even at this small scale, the combination of coilover shocks with simulated reservoirs and durable plastic suspension links deliver the crawling performance you've known and expect from Axial. So there we go, everybody. Plastic shocks and plastic links, that performance you expect from Axial. Moving on, taking a look at our drivetrain parts here. Steel front and rear axles, front stub axles, along with steel dog bones provide strength and durability to keep things running during tough climbs and rough trails. So we do have some steel parts right there. Moving on to our axles themselves. The front and rear axles consist of a 2-piece molded plastic solid axle design. For optimal handling, the SCX24 suspension features a 3-link front setup and a 4-link rear setup. So a little peek at our axles. Our worm gear setup right up here on top. So this is where your differential comes in, right up here on top. That is where your worm gear is. And then your ring gear is right down here on the bottom, which gives you all kinds of ground clearance across the bottom. Very nice little setup there with the worm gear, but once again, not meant to be free rolled, so no free rolling these. Moving on to our drive shafts here. The front and rear drive shafts are splined and sleeved to allow for maximum suspension travel while keeping the power to the wheels. So there's a peek at our drive shafts. And that is basically everything we have on the back of the box. Once again, looking at some of the terrain that we can drive on, off-road, mountainous, rocky, and desert, amongst many other different kinds of terrain. Alright, spinning the box around here, taking a look at the other side. I have a picture of our yellow Jeep and the white Jeep in the background there. It did pass its inspection. We have here designed and built and backed. Horizon Hobby is a world leader in RC fun. Every product we make is driven by industry-leading innovation and engineering and backed by exceptional customer service and support. Horizon Hobbies, everyone. Taking a look at our two vehicles. Very nice once again. A better shot at our yellow one, which is actually a pretty sharp-looking vehicle all in all. 124 scale, four-wheel drive, electric. Officially licensed by Nitto, KMC Wheels, CRC, Curry, Fox, Spicer. Our Jeep once again. Looking at our specs. Down here, our length is 7.8 inches or 199.5 millimeters. Our width is 3.9 inches or 100 millimeters. Our height is 4.2 inches or 106.5 millimeters. Our wheelbase is 5.2 inches or 133 millimeters. Ground clearance 1.06 inches or 27 millimeters. Weight is 0.5 pounds, half a pound, or 0.22 kilograms. Note, prototype shown, some imagery may differ from the actual product. Age recommendations, not recommended for children under the age of 14 years old. This is not a toy, and we have that in other writing, so there we go, everybody. And some other stuff about reading our manuals and whatnot, some licensing, I'm sure, and all that good nonsense. Horizon Hobbies, designed in California. But once again, made in China, as according to the back of the box. So that is a nice shot at our Jeep, everybody, and we'll grab a knife here and crack the tape on it here, get this baby opened up, and see what she looks like on the inside. As we gently open up our little box here, and we'll get her peeled out and see what she's all about. Jeepy. Have our manual, some batteries, some other parts. Down here at the bottom, I'll slide this out as easy as possible without damaging anything. And we have our radio and whatnot in here. Radio, our battery charger right there, a little USB battery charger, our package of parts, spare parts and whatnot, and our 4AA batteries along with our manual for both vehicles. So we'll crack into those real quick and take a quick peek at them, get our little Jeep freed out of our nice little scenery here. It looks like we're going to need to cut a zip tie for that little number there. Once again, boys, girls, children, have your parents do this for you. Removing these things out of the box. And there we go. And we got everything pulled out of the box, everybody. Taking a look at all our nonsense here. We do have a relatively thick manual here from Axial. There is a lot of stuff actually in this manual. All kinds, a lot of goodies about maintenance and things of that nature, what everything does. I did another unboxing video on one of these vehicles, everybody, and covered the manual relatively thoroughly, and that was for that Scx24 Deadbolt sitting over there. So if you really want to take a peek into the manual, you want to know what that's all about, go ahead and check that video out. I'm not going to waste time on that manual. It also came with a quick start guide here, our limited warranty information, all that good nonsense, and a pretty sweet guide on electrical connectors and battery connectors and things of that nature. If you unfold this, it actually has all of the connectors on here, all the different styles of connectors with the proper name for them. So pretty handy little guide right there. Taking a look at some of our other included parts, we have a spare body pin right here. We have one hex wrench or Allen wrench right there. We have some spare drive shaft parts and suspension links. So we have actually one spare drive shaft right here. and a few suspension links. And I believe that is so you can actually change the wheelbase on these vehicles, because they are adjustable. Limited, but they are adjustable. Our 4 AA batteries right here for the transmitter. One USB charger right there. Our LiPo charger, which plugs into the wall via USB. And that is our other end for it. Here's our USB cord. Looking at our Axial AX4 transmitter, I already peeled our plastic layer cover off the top of it. Very nice little transmitter, in all reality, everybody, for a basic transmitter. Runs on 4 AA batteries. Nice little foam grip here on the wheel. Very easy to operate one-handed. Moving on to the actual vehicle here, everybody. The part we've all been waiting for, at least the part that I've been waiting for the most part. Taking a look at this sweet little Jeep. Very cool. All the little details and stickers on it. The fender flares. A little Jeep logo down here on the side. Little Wrangler insignias. Rubicon. Very nice little stickers there. A Nitto on the front. A couple little headlight stickers on the grill. And there are LED bumpers LED lights right there in the bumper. It looks like it's got some little sweet little LED stickers right here too, for some lights, some fake little LED light stickers there on the fender flares, which looks pretty cool. Yeah, cool looking little Jeep. Sorry about the focus, everybody. In the back of the Jeep, that's something I've been kind of wanting to see, just because it's something that they really don't show you a clear image of on the back of the boxes, or anywhere on the box, or on any website. So there's a look at the back of the Jeep. It almost looks like you could put a spare tire back here. It kind of looks like there could be a spare tire rack going on or something there in the future. Yes, all the stickers for our taillights and whatnot. Just for craps and giggles, everybody, there's a little side-by-side shot with the SCX24 Deadbolt and the SCX24 Jeep, just to give you a little size comparison in case anybody was wondering if the Jeep was going to be larger or sit up any taller than the Deadbolt. And in all reality, it looks like the Jeep's sitting a little bit lower, mainly due to the light bar, or the simulated light bar on the top of the Deadbolt. Otherwise, they're both about the same height. They are the same wheelbase on both of them. Yeah, basically about the same height there, everybody. Once again, Deadbolt just being a little bit taller because of that light bar. Exact same wheelbase once again. On both vehicles here, we get ourselves some focus in. So we do have the same wheelbase on these guys. So good to know there. No size differences between the two. One is not shorter than the other. Good looking pair. Taking a look at the Jeep itself, everybody. Number one, let's take a look at the body pin here. This is something that kind of bugs me. And that's the one lone body pin on the hood. That one lone pin sitting right there in the center of the hood. We look at the SCX24 Deadbolt, and we have 2 body pins, which looks alright on the Deadbolt. Looks cool. They could have done the same thing right here, everybody, with 2 body pins. I think that would have looked a little bit better than just that one lone pin up there. It looks a little silly. Maybe as an alternative, I might remove that and put a small piece of Velcro there instead, and use Velcro to hold this down, or perhaps a small magnet for a body mount instead of using this one lone pin. Once again, I think that looks a little silly. Other alternatives that Axial could have did in lieu of 2 hood pins here on the front would be like a small chrome air filter to spin down on top of this. So like if that was threaded, just spin it down on top like a nut, and that would look alright if they had like a chrome air filter or something. But yeah, the one body pin on the front, definitely don't like that. So we'll remove that one pin, crack our hood open here, and see what we got going on the inside here. Very nice looking body, relatively clean on the inside. Looking at our battery here, everybody, we have that Dynamite Reaction 30C, 350 milliamp 2S LiPo. Looking at our receiver ESC combination here, our Axial AE6 2.4 gigahertz receiver ESC, and a lot of open ports on this ESC, everybody. Looking at it, we have our brake selector switch down there on the side, or a little module, but we have 2 LED ports, an auxiliary port, channel 2, and our steering. And currently the only thing that's plugged in is the steering and 1 LED port. So there is 1 open LED port, another auxiliary port that's open, and channel 2 is completely open as well. Right here is where we will plug our battery into the ESC, and here is our on-off switch for the vehicle itself. Take a look at the side. There is our little 88 turn brushed electric motor sitting right there on the side. Our steel C-channel frame. Our plastic coilover shocks with faux reservoirs. But they still work pretty good, everybody. For plastic shocks, they move pretty good. And there's a lot of movement on them, so very comparable to other cheap vehicles and whatnot. Definitely better than like a new Bright suspension system. That's what I'm trying to say there. Works very well for some cheap plastic shocks. They work great. So here's a little shot at our AS1 steering servo right there, a little micro steering servo. Some of our suspension links. Yes, the servo is mounted on the axle. A little shot at our axles. Relatively solid axles, everybody, and great ground clearance out of these vehicles. With having that worm gear, once again, the worm gear drive, having the pinion up at the top of the axle gives you a lot of ground clearance at the bottom. So very capable little vehicles. And I've done a lot of research on the minis, everybody, checking out the Tetras, checking out the RC four-wheel drive minis, looking at ground clearance and overall vehicle weight and length and size and all that good nonsense, tire size, whole 9 yards. And I gotta tell you, everyone, pound for pound, dollar for dollar, I believe these little Axial Scx24s are probably one of the most versatile as far as having more ground clearance than the rest, being lighter than the rest, and just a good overall setup on them, as well as coming with a LiPo battery. A lot of them don't come with LiPos. A lot of them come with nickel metals. Very nice that it comes with a LiPo. So pretty cool there on that end. Definitely impressed with it. So there's a look at our Jeep, everybody. We're going to take this baby out in the garage here. I do have a little course set up, so we'll get both the vehicles out there and do a little wheeling and see how they handle off-road. So here we are, everyone, getting ready to take them out for a test drive. We got the SCX24 Jeep sitting out front there with the Deadbolt sitting behind it. Have a little makeshift course set up out in my garage. Middle of winter. It's December 28th right now, 2019. So went ahead and built a little bridge and used a little semi-truck flatbed and a coffee container there, a couple solo cups, a little ramp, pile of gravel. We've got a big sand pile here going up to a dump truck, leading out down some pipes, down and around, over through some little staggered bricks, or not bricks, but some chunks of wood there, a little stagger section. Then we've got a dual bungee cord climb there going up in between a couple of car ramps, running up the car ramps up to this tabletop or countertop, back down onto this bridge and back around. Rolling up to our first obstacle here, some little staggered boards. Everything is cold out in the garage. Vehicles are a little on the cold side as far as tires and things of that nature, so the rubber compound is going to be a little bit stiffer, perhaps.
You just got to get them dirty.
Yeah, I haven't gotten the tires dirty yet. Jeep has made it through. Deadbolt's working his way through. Making our approach up the ramps here, everyone, to this bungee cord hill climb. And this is not the easiest thing. Those bungees are just basically hooked into the ramps. So going to be a little bit of a climb getting onto these guys. And trying to get the tires onto it might be a little bit of a problem. Trying to get you guys on an angle so we can actually see what's going on and where I can pay attention to the vehicle and not have to worry about the camera so much, because it really takes a lot of concentration here. And I'm driving one-handed and holding the camera at the same time. I'll try to creep my way up the cords here. I'm trying to give you guys a really good angle at this, but to be honest with you, I'm not too sure exactly where my vehicle is sitting on the cords right now as far as left to right angles. My brother's telling me to turn left here, so I'm going to inch it to the left. Oh. Looking good, Ian? Alright, we're going to keep on going here. Now that getting back off of the cooks is another thing here, everyone. Because we're going to have a little bit of a gap in between the tire and the hook and where we're gonna have to keep that other back tire on the cord, or else we're gonna be on that slick metal, and that's gonna be a recipe for disaster. So we're gonna try to get this here in one shot. Start turning my wheels to the left. I want to keep those tires on that bungee cord as long as possible. That back tire needs to stay on the driver's side. If it falls off, it's going to be dropping. There we go. And on up we go. We got the Deadbolt making his way up the ramps here, everyone. Axial Scx24 Deadbolt. Our brother Ian Campbell behind the wheel, making his way onto the bungee cords. Both successfully made it up, making our way around to the next obstacle, which is going to be our bridge descent here. Have that Jeep fully turned to the left. You might want to do a little bit more readjusting here before I actually commit to going down this hill. Oops. Trying to get used to the throttle, driving one-handed still. Ooh, back end's dropping down a little bit and already slide down that hill. A little Deadbolt making his way around. Sudden movements there. We have a rollover on the course. Deadbolt going around for round two. I'm going to pull the Jeep forward just a little bit in case he needs to throttle out of that. And there he goes. He has made it on down. Getting over towards our next descent here. Ooh, sliding down the steel grating. Coming back off of the bridge onto our next little obstacle here. These are my little homemade sand ladders that I use on my orange Bronco. At least the orange sand ladders anyways. There was some, been asked many times what they were. And they were actually some sections of track for a little wind-up car. I just kind of reappropriated them into sand ladders since they kind of snap together in little sections. Oh, I'm kind of on a bad approach to our sand pile here. Make our approach up to the back of the dump truck here. The track goes right up through the bed of the truck if we can make our way up the hill. Definitely displacing a lot of sand behind the tires back there. Essentially covering our tracks as we go. stop the change position there. I really hope I didn't get stuck by doing so. I'm displacing so much sand right now that I'm actually moving it away from the bottom of the truck. And it's creating a little bit of a lip there. Keep our momentum going here, hopefully. Oh, I just lost our momentum. Okay, our back tire is kind of stuck right on the edge of the bed of the truck there. Sand being as lucid as it is, undermines pretty quick. Try to move over a little bit and get a different angle. Alright, we got it. Got the deadbolt making his approach up the sand pile to the bed of the old Tonka dump truck. It's amazing how the tires just pretty much erase the tracks behind the vehicle. Not so much the tires as much as it is the loose sand. It's like that out on my track out there in the backyard too. Once that fine silty sand starts to dry out, a lot of those hills out there kind of turn into this. Continuing our way along down in front of the old Huna excavator into our trailer. Deadbolt making his way along off the front of the dump and back down towards the trailer. Around past the gator and old trackside Mac there. And that concludes our run. And there you have it, everyone. That was my first run with the Axial Scx24 Jeep Wrangler. Definitely loving these little Axial Scx24s. My brother's had this Axial Scx24 Deadbolt for a few months now, getting all kinds of use out of that little vehicle. Everybody's loving it, so definitely digging these trucks. No regrets on purchasing an Axial Scx24, that is for sure. And I received this one for Christmas, so definitely no regrets on that. So that's going to do it, everyone. Very much appreciated for y'all checking out the video, and we will see you all on the next one. Thanks again.